Now I want to speak directly to single-member LLC owners, but multiple-member LLC owners need to pay attention as well because these issues, damn it. Now I want to speak directly to single-member LLC owners, but multiple-member LLC owners need to pay attention too because these issues apply to you as well. I don't have partners, so I don't need an operating agreement. Well, in most states, that is legally true. Conceptually, however, that is wrong. And here's why. First, the whole point of an LLC is limited liability protection. That protection can be stripped away if a creditor or a court decides your LLC is not really a separate entity, that it's just you doing business with an LLC label slapped across the top. That's called piercing the corporate veil, which is as dramatic and painful as it sounds. It means that you lose that liability shield an LLC provides, and your personal assets like your house are at risk. One of the factors courts look at when deciding whether to pierce the veil is whether you actually operated like a real business entity separate from you as an individual. Having an operating agreement is evidence that you did. Second, if you want to open a business bank account for the business, and you absolutely should do that, many banks will ask you for your operating agreement, not your articles of organization, the operating agreement. Why? They want to see who has the authority to open the account. Now, for single-member LLCs, this may seem silly, but banks are heavily regulated, and they may have internal rules requiring them to check regardless of LLC size. Third, this one does not get talked about enough. If anything happens to you, your operating agreement can specify, and it should, what happens to your LLC. Who steps in? Who manages it? Can your family members inherit your interest? Without an operating agreement, this can get messy and expensive and state law dependent in ways you do not want your family to have to deal with. So yes, single-member LLC owners, you do need an operating agreement. I'm Julie King with King Patent Law. If you're ready to protect your brand and business, book a consultation at kingpatentlaw.com. Avoid the legal horrors and keep rocking your IP. This is not legal advice, and I'm not your lawyer. For advice about your specific situation, consult with a licensed attorney. This does contain attorney advertising material. Firm address and contact information are available at kingpatentlaw.com.